What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a marvelous Monday so far. Welcome to Hot 97 News. This is a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories across the country. It is Monday, March the 9th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Ronzel with 2 N's.
What's happening?
And Million.
Hey.
Looking a little different today.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, got a t-shirt on.
Right, you got to rep the HBCU.
Put the computer down a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, show them what it is.
You got to rep the hometown, son.
Come on,
Sometime.
where you from, bro? Fort Valley in the building. Come on, now.
Fort Valley.
Yeah.
The prestigious
I know,
Fort
yeah.
Valley State
Okay.
University.
Come on now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, where'd you go, Lana? Where'd you
I
go?
went to the University of Georgia.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
And I went to the Gordon College.
Stop. It doesn't even sound good.
I went to a junior college, man. Dang, she's a man to the junior colleges in the building, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You better rep your college.
You
Come on,
doggone
Gordon.
right. You doggone right.
Okay, let's talk about what these people are up to today. Iran looked like the apocalypse over the weekend. Did y'all see that?
I didn't.
Oh,
I
my
just now
God.
seen it now.
Boy, okay, so let's just start you off with some video. It was absolutely insane when I saw this come across my social media feed. Israel hit some fuel storage sites around Tehran, and Iran said at least 4 of them were hit and a petroleum logistics center. So we can show you what that looks like. And it just, I mean, imagine being there and seeing that. You would think that you got like nuked.
Yeah, that looks like really apocalyptic. I would have thought Jesus was coming back. Jesus or Allah, whoever their Messiah is, whoever they see as, the person coming back is, I would have thought it was it, right?
Boy, it's time. No, for real. I mean, because that was just a lot. And that wasn't even, some of the worst footage that came out. Somebody kind of caught some video coming up a ramp where you got a really clear view of just freaking fire. Hell, literally.
It literally just looks like hell.
That is what I imagine hell to look like.
Oh, my God.
And I couldn't help but think, man, and the U.S. said they were trying to save these people.
Not like that.
Bro, here's some American saving right here.
Not like that, boy.
Fire. It's like, it's crazy. And again, it wasn't America, actually. It was Israel who launched these strikes. And it really spiraled into other problems as well. So obviously, this had people thinking, are they not just attacking military sites anymore? Because this was civilian infrastructure. This is something that regular people are going to feel in daily life. At least 4 people died, actually. And then it led to some gas shortages, some station closures, of course, fuel purchase limits, and then power cuts in parts of Tehran. So this was a big deal. And then the worst of it, if you ask me, was acid rain that started falling.
Time out.
Look,
What?
Look, man.
Acid rain. You talk this revelations right here, bro. God, I would have been like, okay, Jesus, you have came back and got me.
So look at that. That is a CNN reporter who's out there right now. He's showing you how it came down oily. So all that smoke from the fires from that hit came and mixed into the clouds and the moisture. And when it rained, it just carried some of that down. So that was a big freaking deal.
Yo, that's wild. Is that one of our, is that CNN?
That's CNN.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was like one of the only, at least he was the first. I don't know if he's still the only, but he was the first American reporter that got to go in there. So the sky was dark the next day. That's what he's showing. Like, that's not just like run-of-the-mill, cloud cover. He was saying usually you should be able to see a mountain range back there, and all that just hovered over the city and hovered over really large swaths of Iran. And there was no wind on Sunday, little to no wind. So that pollution just sat there and hung over the city like that instead of getting to blow away. And so people were seeing that oily stuff like just dripping down on like the outdoor surfaces and cars and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So people were warned, like, y'all need to stay indoors because it could get into your eyes, your skin, your lungs. People with asthma or breathing problems, obviously a huge deal for them. And so, yeah, man, that air quality was tanked because of that.
And it was a oil facility that they ended up hitting, correct?
Yeah, they were like storage facilities, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
See, there goes my theory. There goes there goes my theory now. I thought it was all because of oil, but we're destroying the supply of oil.
Yeah, I mean, that would be from really painful for them.
Right.
I think that there's still something in play oil-wise. There's somewhere, I think, where they keep it where they're considering sending troops right now, but that's, it's getting besides the point. But I mean, I don't know. Potentially, I also saw a different video of fire along the street, which was another crazy impact this thing had. And this was not just this one street. I saw it like lining multiple streets. This is just the one video I saw that looked to be verified. But what happened there was basically a lot of that crude oil from those damaged depots spilled and leaked into the sewage system. So it leaked into the drainage channels and the road systems and then ignited and just became lines of burning fire. So imagine how that smells. Burning oil sewage.
Wait a minute now. I just want to take the time. Do you just see the people that'll just keep driving by, just like this is normal everyday
I got to
activity?
get to work.
I mean, bro, imagine hey, bro, because it's daylight saving time, so it's still dark when we get into work now. So imagine waking up and we driving into work and it's just, I mean, a line of just fire, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, dog, what in the world? Okay.
So yeah, it is crazy when you think about, like, even if you wanted your regime to change, do you want to go through all this? This is what I was saying this whole time. For all these Iranians around the world, y'all are saying this needs to happen. Y'all are not going to be there to deal with this.
Real
You know
talk.
what I mean?
Real talk.
Because that's like, who knows how long that kind of a problem lingers. I'm surprised that CNN anchor was out there. We could show you actually a different video of him out there with just this big plume of black smoke.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? That looks like cancer to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Facts.
I wonder
You
if
know
he
what I
has
mean?
good health care or something. He got to have some health benefits when he gets back home.
Yeah,
bruh.
CNN definitely should pay him double.
Y'all gonna be paying for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, medical bills,
Oh man.
couple of checkups. You gotta work trying to get the power back on.
You remember when I asked you, is this like the Super Bowl for journalists?
Yeah.
When it gets like this,
Yeah.
this one is like, okay, now I wish I didn't sign up for this. Or do you call somebody back at CNN and be like, hey, it's time to switch me out? like I came over here initially just to get the lay of the land. Nah, y'all taking it too far. It's time for me to go.
It seems like he's about that life. I think he's been back there a few times because he made it seem like in one of the reports he'd given that it wasn't normal. Like some of the things he was saying was not normal. He might have been that same guy from that CNN report we showed.
Yeah.
Remember a couple weeks
That's
ago?
what he
I
looks
think
like.
it kind of looks like the same guy, but I wasn't totally sure. But yeah, man, he's out there and I don't know if he's just like about it, because there's a world where he just says, I'm not going this close.
Yeah.
I don't care what y'all need, what the video looks like, him and his photographer, because he's got somebody shooting. So both of y'all are out there and have to document this stuff and get as close as you dare to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like, is it like against journalistic code to just like go up to people there and be like, hey, so can I get an interview real quick to see how you think about your house getting blown up?
That's true.
Like,
No,
How
that's
does
what
that
they
work?
have you do. That's what they want you to do.
Word?
Boy, I mean, as a journalist, your producing team, all the staff that's like sitting back at the office is telling you, hey, somebody just had something terrible happen to them. Go to their house. Here's their address and try to see if they want to talk about it on camera.
Oh, wow.
Some people do, some people don't. Some people cuss you out. You know, it's just,
It's the lay of the
That's
land.
got to be different because it's like, it's my country that did it.
Yeah.
If they sent me out here, so it's my country that just did it, and I'm gonna ask you about how you feel about
That's
it.
true.
That's crazy.
Hey, man, what you think about us messing up your whole country real quick?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel about us being here? That's
Now,
crazy.
You remember some people said that they were welcoming
Yeah.
the U.S. and the Israeli forces out there. Again, Israel is the one who's accused of doing that, not the U.S. In fact, I saw over the weekend where it seemed like the U.S. was saying, "Oh, this was so bad," and we didn't know that they were going to do that. And then other reports that came out and was like, "No, Israel and the United States are like lockstep, hand in hand, always giving each other intel and information. Like there's probably no way the U.S. didn't know this was about to happen." But I will say, Lindsey Graham, everybody's favorite South Carolina senator at this point, was on Fox News just talking about how, like the United States is like just crushing right now. Oh, yes.
Wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks, meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people. This regime is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees. It's going to fall. And when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time. We're going to have prosperity unlike anyone could ever imagine. You just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
Peace.
But that is not okay.
It's not funny, but dog, he was wild. That sounded kind of like you, man, low key. You know?
Oh, it does.
It kind of sound like you.
Back in the
Yeah,
day,
America, yeah.
We the best.
We the big
We the
dog.
strongest.
That sound like you a little
Boy,
bit, dog.
That's
Hey,
your
bruh,
man.
He's really about that life, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's really about that life. Because you're seeing people die. Like, this is like whole cities getting destroyed. I'm like, dang, this is something different, bro. He's about it. Somebody just called him It said that he's like willing to blow up a fly or something. One of the senators the other day.
He hasn't seen a fist fight. He hasn't wanted to turn into a bombing raid.
God, dog.
That's what this senator said, or what lawmaker, I can't remember who it was. Tim Burchett.
Man, I'd like to see Lindsey Graham get into an actual fist fight and see what happens, bro. Like, let one of them, what is it? We had bombing. Let one of them Iranians come over and get in front of Lindsey Graham's face. Let him fight.
You think he fighting? Nah, he pulling out that switch.
You think
He gonna let it rip, dog.
Lindsey Graham?
I think he's hiding. I think
take
he's
it
hiding.
low-key.
You know what I mean? He's not going. He's going to hide behind somebody else. In fact, it seemed like later on in the day, he probably realized that this was not a good look for the United States, and he posted on X after that. I checked the chronology of like when this happened, but he posted on X saying, hey, our allies in Israel have shown amazing capability when it shows to collapsing this murderous regime, but there will be a day soon that the Iranian people will be in charge of their own fate, not the murderous Ayatollah's regime. So please be cautious about what targets you select. Our goal is to liberate the Iranian people in a fashion that does not cripple their chance to start a new and better life. So they run the risk of all y'all looking evil. You know what I mean? You're coming here to liberate us, and that's what it looks like.
Right. That doesn't look like liberation to me at all.
Yeah.
How you're trying to help people, but you're killing them all?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Sick.
But I mean, I've also seen interviews with Iranians around the world who say all this is worth it.
What?
No way.
I swear to you, I've seen it.
It's the
who
ones
aren't
that's
there.
not in
They're not there.
The area. Oh, that's so sick,
Bro,
man.
and it was after that girls' school got hit. They were like, well, it's like it's worth it. So we'll talk about that girls' school in a second because I got another update on that. But, for a second there last week, just to take you back a bit, it seemed like Iran might dial back some of these attacks because their leadership apologized for hitting their Middle East neighbors out there. And it was Iran's president who came out and said, our bad to all the countries out here like the UAE and Qatar and Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and all that for all of the missile and drone strikes that came at them. And he was quoted as saying, and I quote, "I must apologize on my own behalf and on behalf of Iran to the neighboring countries that were attacked by Iran." He said, "I personally apologize to neighboring countries that were attacked by Iran," because he said there was no intent to invade or violate their territory, because that was kind of one of those new lines that we heard in the U.S. Oh, they're trying to take over the whole Middle East. Okay, I was like, that's new. But he said those strikes happened because their central command structure was disrupted after a lot of their leadership was killed. So apparently their forces already had fire at will instructions if their leadership was taken out. So those forces just started like going ham.
Oh, wow.
And they couldn't stop it. It took a while to stop them from just acting out on those orders to just, kill everybody type situation. So he said he had to get that under control, and that caused unintended strikes on neighboring territories that host U.S. bases. So he said, as long as y'all don't have anything coming at us, we're not going to go attack you guys. Again, even the U.S. bases, if you have a U.S. base in your territory, as long as like that doesn't culminate in anything, they don't start sending artillery over here, we're not going to go attack them. So then Trump was like, oh my God, I won. I win. I did it. He posted on Truth Social saying, I got him to surrender. He said Iran, which is being beat to hell, has apologized and surrendered to its Middle East neighbors and promised that it will not shoot at them anymore. And this promise was only made possible because of the relentless U.S. and Israeli attack. They were looking to take over and rule the Middle East. It is the first time that Iran has ever lost in thousands of years to surrounding Middle Eastern countries. And they have said, thank you, President Trump. And I have said, you're welcome. Iran is no longer the bully of the Middle East. They are instead the loser of the Middle East and will be for many decades until they surrender or more likely completely collapse. So yeah, big old victory lap. And that lasted for like, I think a day, because the next day, Iran ended up hitting Bahrain. They've had multiple strikes actually since that happened.
I just saw an interview not too long ago from the Iranian prime minister. He likes to be in front of the camera here and there.
They got a couple that like to be in front of the camera, I've noticed. Yeah.
He in front of the camera, but he was basically saying, what do we have to surrender for anyways, though? Because again, we was trying to do the peace treaty talks, but you guys then overstepped those boundaries. So he's like, no, we have to fight back. So it seems like we're hearing that, they may be giving up. But the prime minister is saying, no, we're not giving up at all.
That's where I'm like, are y'all believing this stuff that our administration honestly is pushing? Because it's like somebody's lying. And as long as these strikes are still happening, it's very hard to believe our administration when they say they've surrendered.
Right.
How are people who've surrendered still launching attacks across the Middle East? That's where, I mean, y'all can say whatever you want, but like, to me, it just hurts their credibility. Like, I want to believe our administration, but like, it's like, well, just close your eyes and shut your ears and plug your nose and hold your mouth, and then maybe you'll start believing some of this stuff. Because otherwise, it's still going strong. People are still dying out there. So, by the way, Trump had already posted, to your point about surrendering, in a different social media post on True Social, that there's not going to be a deal with Iran unless there's an unconditional surrender. And after that, the selection of a great and acceptable leader, and that's it. There's no off ramp here unless they completely surrender. And what that looked like to him was basically they cry uncle, or there's nobody else to cry uncle, which should happen because he says that they've just completely killed all of their leadership. So it's either going to be when they all give up, or their military capability is not able to resist anymore. So that's what completely unconditionally surrendering looks like to Trump. So he's taking that victory lap, talking about, yeah, they lost to the Middle East, and then Iran hit a desalination plant in Bahrain, and that is a big freaking deal. So that would be infrastructure tied to drinking water in one of the world's driest regions. So that basically would say to people, okay, you're not just hitting military targets again anymore. You're hitting something that we literally need to survive.
Yeah.
Thankfully, in their case, Bahrainian officials say that water and electricity service wasn't disrupted, so it really didn't do much there. But if it did, these desalination plants, if that comes into play, that would literally taint their drinking water. So that's a giant machine that turns seawater into drinking water. So if they don't have that, then, you know, that water supply, again, the driest region, it tanks. So that would threaten tap water, power, cooling, hospitals, hotels, and just daily life in places that depend on that stuff. So that was a big deal. Originally, when nobody knew what happened, but again, that ended up being nothing. But then reports came out that the U.S. had hit a desalination plant in Iran. And that reportedly impacted water service to 30 villages. And people started asking Trump, like, hey, did you do this? And this was his response.
That allegation, did the U.S. hit the desal?
They are among the most evil people ever on earth. They cut babies' heads off. They chop women in half. What they did, take a look at October 7th. Take a look at what they've done over the last 47 years. So I know nothing about a desalinization plant other than to say, if they're complaining about a desalinization plant, we complain about the fact that they shouldn't be chopping babies' heads off, okay? Look.
Quick question. No, I could be dumb when I ask this.
Please.
Are they on the flight?
They are.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay, so they be letting the reporters fly with them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
Yeah.
Because every time we seen Trump doing them little interviews,
Yeah.
I was always wondering where they were at.
Yeah.
But they're on this flight.
Yeah.
So reporters have they fly on the Air Force One too.
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, they can ask questions.
My bad.
So, yeah, man, I mean, that would be a big deal. And he didn't answer it. He just said, like, bump them. They suck. That's, you know, they chop babies' heads off, which
Right.
I don't know where that came from.
Propaganda that they're trying to spew almost. It's like, I don't know if they, I hate to say it, even if they are, what do we care?
Right.
I'm sorry to say it. What do we care? That is none of our business. That's no reason for us to go and take over and bomb a whole entire village. Because at the end of the day, we're killing babies too. If we're taking out desalinization plants, we're killing people's sources to get water. So it doesn't make sense. We're saying that we're calling them out. We're saying that you're killing babies, but we're killing babies too. It's sick.
Right. So he doesn't know anything about it. So they're not owning up to that one way or the other. He's just saying, yeah, they chop babies' heads off, so we don't care. But do the people in those villages chop babies' heads off? We're not supposed to be at war with the people. We're supposed to be trying to get the leadership out, / their nuclear program, / their ballistic missiles, and whatever the newest line is. Like, that's what the point is, not the people. We were supposed to be saving the people. So I thought that would be a big deal, but I guess not. So anyway, all the places that Iran is said to have hit since Trump stopped them from hitting the Middle East is Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the UAE. So they've kept going out there because the U.S. has a bunch of bases out there and they still operate. So they're like, if you hit us, we're gonna hit back. And that's what we've seen happen. Meanwhile, it's kind of looking like the U.S. might have been the ones who hit that girls' school in Iran that killed 168 kids. Remember they were saying, oh, we don't know. We could have been Iran, could have been whoever. U.S. military investigators are now the ones saying it was more likely a U.S. strike than an Israeli one or an Iranian misfire. Israel straight up said they weren't even operating in that area, so it wasn't them. And I will just be clear about this. The U.S. has not confirmed it. Either way, Pete Hegseth says they're still investigating, and that's all he said since it happened. That and that the U.S. doesn't intentionally target civilian sites. But officials say it was a Tomahawk missile that hit them, which only the U.S. is known to have in this war. And apparently that school is near a Revolutionary Guard base and close to some barracks for a naval unit in Iran. So the U.S. may have been going after that and then accidentally hit the school with a Tomahawk missile instead. So this is the aftermath of that strike. And it just puts you there. Like, these are people's children. These were young kids. They were like under 10 from what I saw. I think I saw like 5 to 7 was the range, but they were very young. And if you didn't have enemies before this,
Oh yeah, for sure.
imagine your kids get killed. You know what I mean? This is you're just creating little potential terrorists of the future with stuff like this. Like, this is a heck of an oops. Again, the United States has not confirmed it. They say that new evidence could change what they're kind of leaning towards right now. Now, Trump said despite all of the quote-unquote evidence against it, he can already tell you himself it wasn't the United States. He said it was probably just the Iranians misfiring on themselves. He didn't have any evidence for that, though. And so the investigators that are looking into it say, you know, that's not the case. But, you know, they ended up having to dig graves
You know what's
for these kids.
you know what?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, and they have the rest plotted out. Like, what do you do?
I was thinking about this the other day, man. As Americans, man, we are so sheltered and we are so blessed to be here in America when stuff like this is going on and we don't have to deal. Like, yes, we have school shootings and things of that nature, but dog, we don't have no bombings over here like that. We ain't got no like major tragedies like this, you know, going on at all times. So as an American, bruh, it like I'm almost like we wouldn't even know how to handle anything like this if it came down to us. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't even know the procedure to even like what would we do to handle something like this. And I'm empathetic to a lot of stuff that goes on over there. Even though we had no war, yes war, whatever the case may be, I'm very empathetic and very like, dang, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks that they have to go through this. And this is a normal for them, yo. This is not something that's like, oh man, this happened once every. No, dog, this is a normal.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And I think it's a shame because I don't agree at all. I love America despite what any government does. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going down for America. I'm not moving. I live here. You know, I don't let governments decide for me whether or not I like America. Like, the leadership who's in power now wasn't in power 4 years ago, wasn't in power 8 years ago, whatever. So it's like, despite what they're doing, I still love America. But at the same time, when you see stuff like that, I do understand why they start screaming death to America. They say, all these people say death to America. Duh.
Come on now.
Duh. I mean, like,
come on now.
It's like, can y'all stop doing that stuff to them? I mean, maybe they'll stop saying that about us. It to me seems like kind of like obvious.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sucks that we're in this position. And that's why even Trump himself ran on not doing stuff like this. He was like, why are we involved in other foreign countries' business? Why don't we stay here and boost up America? That's why people voted for this man. You know what I mean? Because Iran does not have anything that can reach the United States. So why are we going over there? Why are we sending troops? Oh, you know what you should do? You should go over there. It's like being in like you're the good cousin. You're the good cousin from a good neighborhood, and you're gonna go to the bad neighborhood to just get involved in the beef in the bad neighborhood just cause, like, you know, you big and you bad and you can. Why don't you stay? You were raised
good
in a nice neighborhood, sir. You don't need to be over there with them.
2-parent household, you know, got a dog, got a cat, good food on the table.
Good school system.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean?
Like, what we doing?
You ain't got no business over there.
What we doing?
And you keep finding your way over there anyways. For what? And people die off these decisions made by people who aren't dying off these decisions. So, all that led to it's not hilarious because none of this is hilarious, but it's an interesting development. Iran has officially picked a new leader, and Israel is probably going to kill him.
God, dog.
They've literally said they're going to kill the person who was picked if they don't like him. So Iran's leadership chose Mojtaba Khamenei. This is the now dead supreme leader's 56-year-old son. So he is now going to be the new supreme leader. And this is a big bump you to the Trump administration and Israel, because Trump flat out said he needed to be the one choosing the new leader. Remember, we had him saying that last week. The White House publicly said that they were looking for an acceptable candidate, and that there were a number of people that their intelligence agencies and the United States government were looking at, meaning the U.S.'s intelligence agencies. We're trying to figure out who's about to lead Iran for you guys. And Trump said if the new pick doesn't get approval from the United States, he wouldn't last long. And specifically said Mojtaba was unacceptable.
Wow.
He's already said this. So that's the man they choose. And to some people, that really clearly means that they're not surrendering.
Yeah.
They're not surrendering, or they're not trying to choose someone that might be an off-ramp to all this. Because there's a world where they pick somebody who the United States might have been good with. You know, I'm sure they've had conversations about all that. So they chose the one dude that the United States said was not acceptable. And then on the Israeli side, their defense minister said any new Iranian leader who continues the regime's anti-Israel line would be an unequivocal target for elimination. We're going to kill them. And this is the son of the man they just killed. So people are saying, like, obviously we think he's about to carry on what his father had going on. So I don't know what these people are going to do.
Yeah, I saw reports that said that I think his wife or something like that was also killed in the last bombing.
Yeah.
When they killed the Ayatollah.
I think his
was there
wife,
also.
his mom.
He's got a chip on his shoulder. I would have a chip on my shoulder. That's all I'm saying.
I swear I also saw the old Ayatollah's grandchild as well. So that's either his niece or nephew or daughter or son.
Daughter or son, yeah.
So a lot of people are wondering now if we're going to end up putting boots on the ground, and we will talk about that after the break. All right, welcome back to Hot 97 News, everybody. We see you guys in the comments just talking about this Iran stuff. I mean, it is nuts. Also, see that fun fact. Why don't we just start off with a little fun fact, dip a toe back in the news. Super Duper C, you're saying that today is the 29th anniversary of the death of Biggie.
Okay. Rest in peace.
I did not
Big
know that.
Papa? Rest
Yeah,
in peace,
man.
Big Papa.
Man, I learned a little bit more about that when I watched the Diddy documentary.
Yeah, it was the 29th anniversary of his sacrifice. That's what it is.
Oof.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. This is sacrifice.
Yeah, man. Oof. When you think about, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, on that bright note,
Exactly.
you know, we were just trying to commemorate.
My bad.
talk about-
I gotta keep it real. You know?
Okay. Diving back into the news. Everybody's wondering if this is going to end up in boots on the ground in Iran with this situation that's going on here. So far, it's just been an aerial assault. They have been just dropping missiles and airstrikes left and right. And it's been going well. So says the Trump administration and Pete Hegseth, which is Secretary of War. They say that they're going to keep going. They're just ramping up. Like you just heard Lindsey Graham say, wait till you see what we got for them in the next 2 weeks. So they're still, going strong with whatever they want to do. But there have been questions about whether they end up having to put boots on the ground because there's only so much you can do from the air. Mm-hmm. People are starting to think that there may not be a way to really bring the leadership and their security forces to its heels unless they put boots on the ground.
Yeah. I'm scared. I don't think we should do it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at basically the battles that we lost when we sent boots on the ground. Mm-hmm. And granted, these weren't wars that actually took place because the last war we've officially been in is World War II. But I mean, we sent troops out to Vietnam. Mm-hmm. We see how many people died from that, and that's largely considered one of our biggest losses. Same with Afghanistan. And that was just in 2021 where we ended up pulling out troops. And then I'm even looking at it right now, Iraq, 2011. We haven't been, most recently, we haven't been winning too much. I'm kind of terrified. And then also you look at it, this is a lot of Middle Eastern countries to begin with. So it's When are we going to learn our lesson? Leave these Middle Easterns alone.
Yeah, they don't care over there, and they're willing. The Middle Easterns are really willing to die for this. Like they're really willing to die for this. And I don't think a lot of Americans are really willing to die for the military. I think when they sign up for the military, a lot of them see Hellcats and Chargers and a nice little check and this and that. None of them think that they're gonna actually go to war. So some of them ain't prepared as we think that they are to go over there and actually fight. And I mean, it's going to sound very morbid, but that's why a lot of these guys go over there and we lose a lot of military because they aren't prepared as we think. They take the military as a joke because we haven't been in anything like this. And, your recruiter says, hey, man, you sign up? No, you ain't got to go to war. You can you can do this and you can do that. And it's like, oh, cool, I'm going to play all day and hang out. And then you actually got, hey, Johnson, we need you to, you got to head over to Iran in like 2-3 days. It's like, whoa, bro, I ain't even shot my gun in like 2 months. What you mean? So, yeah, I don't think boots on the ground is the right thing to do. I think we still do the aerial, even though it is killing civilians, which, I mean, I absolutely do not like. But in order for us to not have as many casualties on the American side, let's keep the casualties low over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, so from what I've seen, there has been some talk about it. In fact, Trump was asked about this when he was on the plane on Air Force One. And here's what he said. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We got some. We hear it saying choo 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 choo.
I was.
There be possibly for very good reason. Have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
Are you thinking about the oil facility?
Could there be possibly for very good reason?
Yeah, he was saying that basically if troops were to be sent to Iran, and we're talking about ground troops, it would be a situation where there's so much just decimation of their probably their IRGC, their Islamic Revolutionary Guard, and the Artillery Army, just any forces they might encounter. There'd be so much decimation that they're not going to run into any kind of battle or situation where things could get very deadly for them. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like it sounds nice. I will say that there have been reports that he might want to send in like ground troops to go to secure the stockpile of highly enriched uranium that Iran probably has there. There's been grumblings about whether or not that was going to happen. He was asked that on Air Force One, but he was like, I really can't tell you that answer if I was planning to do that or not, which obviously makes sense. But yeah, man, I don't know what these people are thinking, but Caroline Leavitt, who is the White House press secretary, was also asked about this. And I think she either may or may not have been asked about the draft. But this is what she said about it.
It has been, and it will continue to be. And President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table. It has been.
That is what she asked. She asked him about the possibility of a draft. And Caroline Leavitt was saying, he's got all the options on the table. He's not going to take options off the table. So I was like, man, if these people come up with a draft in 2026, boy.
Hey,
crazy, bro.
I'm not worried about it because it won't be me. All right, I won't be drafted. Tell you that. I'm old enough. You will.
Mill? You going to war?
You is.
I'm gonna send him your stuff. I'm gonna be like, Rondell wants to come with me.
No.
Why are you laughing, Lana? I'm telling you too. We all got to go out there.
We've aged.
It's equal equality. It's equality. We got women that need to go out there also.
Negative.
Let's go. Let's do it. If we gonna fight, we gonna fight all of us.
Can somebody look up
what's the age?
The draft age.
What's the draft
Please.
age?
I want to say it's like 18 to hopefully 25.
Well, isn't his son 18?
Shoot.
His son is 19. I think he's turning 19.
Barron Trump?
I think he's 19 turning 20, I believe.
Is he exempt? Probably is. But if you start drafting Trump, don't forget you got a son. Send him, and they do that over in England. They send their kids in the military too.
Oh, they do that here too. Abraham Lincoln had sons, and his sons had to fight in the war. Multiple different presidents that have sons have actually fought in the war.
Come on now,
especially if it's your father's war at that.
Look, if they could send them K-pop artists in China, if they could send them to the military.
Look.
Is 18?
I've seen. Is it in Korea or China?
Is it Korea?
I don't know. Yeah, you don't know.
I don't.
You don't know.
I don't.
Korea, you have to fight.
You have to
I
fight.
think it's Korea.
I
you're
think it's
talking
Korea
about.
too.
But I saw this post that said that Barron Trump is going to inherit his father's bone spurs. Isn't that funny? Like, yeah, Trump got out of a war by saying he had bone spurs, and nobody's ever let him live it down, which is crazy. That he's the one sending other people's people to die.
Mm-hmm.
You found yourself out of the war yourself, and now it's like, we might be doing this, but
The draft is between 18 to 25.
Let's go, Mill. Dun, 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 dun.
25.
You are going to war.
Listen,
Chill. Knock on wood. That's
Listen,
crazy.
let's
Knock
go.
on wood. That is crazy.
You got 1 month, and you got 1 month. So let's hope
They're
we
probably
don't.
starting at the people that's right about to touch that point.
They're gonna get the ones that are about to be 26,
Yeah.
and that's you, sir. You next month. Next month is 26.
They did. Wait till the next 2 weeks, Lindsay said. Better be watching the TV. Yeah, so that's crazy. But another thing that people have noticed is that these gas prices have already started just spiraling. This nut war has the gas prices out of control. And that is in part because of the Strait of Hormuz. There have been multiple attacks on commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Even a rescue tug was hit and sank while they were trying to go rescue and help a damaged tanker. So they're not playing out there. And just so we're all on the same page, I got a little map so you guys see what we're talking about. That very narrow little piece that separates the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman there, and that dumps out into the wider ocean. So this is what we're talking about here. And you can see that means that there's really only one way in and one way out. It's like a parking lot with one entry and exit point. So that's it. If you want to go to the Persian Gulf, you're going through the Strait of Hormuz. And that's where Iran is sitting all across. You see that on their coast? So that's why they're saying, yeah, try it if you want to. We are going to blast you to smithereens if we want to. And so look at the countries who use it. Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia. Where does the world's oil largely come from? Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE.
Oh my God.
So they're controlling this, and that's why people are so screwed right now. In fact, I just saw today that countries are calling around trying to figure out what to do about this right now. The G7 countries are having an emergency discussion about releasing oil from reserves because they're like, what are we going to do?
I'm looking at it right now. It says roughly 20 to 30% of the global oil shipments travel through that whole entire strait. That's 20 million barrels of oil per day that travels through this thing.
Yeah.
And they got this thing, oh man,
on lock. It's a trickle.
lock.
And even if countries felt like they were cool enough with Iran to go in there anyway, the real problem is the insurance companies for those ships. They said, we're not covering this, or you're going to pay a massive premium for us to, because it's a war zone. So traffic has gone down to a trickle. So that's why all those countries are screwed. And even China is trying to see if their ships can get safe passage through there. They're like, we don't have any smoke with you guys. Apparently their foreign minister is talking to officials from Iran and Israel and France and Saudi Arabia and Russia and just a bunch of different countries trying to figure out how we can de-escalate this thing and keep the strait open.
What are gas? What have y'all seen? Have y'all got gas recently?
You know what? I actually got a half gas, half electric hybrid car.
Oh, really?
Okay, look
So-
at you.
Wait, when? Recently?
Last year.
Oh, last year.
actually.
Oh.
So I'm just charging the car and like,
Wait, your car is half electric?
yes, it is.
No way.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, yes,
I did not know that.
I mean,
That's crazy.
because it's a Jeep. So
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm spending today. I had 403 or something like that.
four is crazy. For
$4.
anything is crazy.
That's LA gas prices right there. And I know I know LA's probably higher than that, but yeah, $4.
Yeah.
And
I've
that's-
never seen $4 before in Georgia ever.
Yeah, that's interesting because the U.S. doesn't really get their oil from that region. The problem is that basically oil is priced in a global market. So if a giant chunk of the world's supply gets jammed up like it is, then it just brings all the prices up. And so that's what we're seeing. We get most of our imported oil from like Mexico and Canada, but it just doesn't matter because everybody else is going through this. And so the United States actually floated potentially using the Navy to escort tankers if it's needed to keep oil flowing. Can you pull that picture up again? Just so we can, again, be all on the same page. Imagine you got to be the Navy skirting around this whole area to make sure that nobody else gets attacked. Hoping Iran doesn't attack. I guess that's the hope. Right. Even after the U.S. submarine blew up that Iranian boat with a torpedo, I mean, you're going to use the Navy to see if they just don't hit. I mean, that's a heck of a... That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to be a soldier right now. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in the Navy on that mission. The U.S. has not done that yet. I at this point, I guess it's just been floated. But I'm like, you people are nuts.
Yeah, for sure.
But to your point, this is impacting China. And when we see what's happened with Venezuela and we see what's happening here, this is squeezing China quite a bit. Yeah. So,
the fact that they're even coming to us saying, hey, y'all, can we work something out? It was kind of interesting. When I saw those reports, I was like, dang, that is crazy. Like, we got China coming to us, asking us for help, basically.
At least if this can just like simmer down.
Right.
So, I think about that. Do you think all this is worth it for China? Like, what is someone who is like just anti-China, like bump China? Like, we want to be the best, and like just like never have any number two kind of status. Like, what do you think?
Is it worth it? I guess we'll only really have to know if it fails. We'll know if it fails and China does become the global superpower. That it does. But looking at China's history, they're not like authoritarian at all. They just give like really big loans to people so that, and when you fail to do it, then they're like, all right, look, here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I want to do this and I want to do this in your neighborhood. But they don't send their government over there to like police the areas or anything like we do. Like, we don't take over. They don't go over to other countries and like put their own people in power, put their own military in power. They'll still keep some sort of, your own personal culture, your own personal existence there. They're not worried about what your culture is doing as long as you have their money for them or you have their resources that they want. So it's like a give and take. At the same time, though, it's like, I don't know. I'm worried about China still. I don't think they're going to be as nice. No.
I'm confused.
I don't think they're going to be as nice as they are to other countries as they are to us if they was to come over here and do something. That's the only thing. I don't believe that China's going to do something like that. And again, we reap so much benefit from even being the world superpowers that I'm just like, I want us to stay in power.
Yeah.
I want us to stay number one.
Do you want to go into the draft to make us stay number one?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dog. Yeah.
Because
that's what you preach.
That's what it's coming to.
Yeah, turn up.
You gonna die to keep America number one?
Come on, baby.
That's what they want.
You remember? America. Yeah. That was you.
Somebody's body's got to be on the line for that.
Might be yours.
Give it a couple of weeks.
Might be yours. Because they come, that. So I read it starts from 20 to 25. That's who they grab.
And they might even go and look and see, I wonder who has supported our mission.
Oh, man.
I wonder who has fervently said the U.S. needs to be number one and bump China by any means necessary. What if they'll be the means?
Yeah, they love
necessary.
They love this country so much that they will lay their life down.
Lay their life down.
That's what you said. Yeah, so, Trump, if you ever see this, my man Million right here is your guy.
Can we get this sent over to the Trump administration?
This is your guy. This is your guy.
I hear it.
And look, he will check all the boxes of your DEI. You know what I mean? Like,
look.
You know what I'm saying?
Look.
Hey, one less black person you have to hire you have to get to the military.
Look.
Right here.
Look.
Boom.
Capable.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Might bring a few more with him.
Because y'all might not think that black people are capable to be in like high ranking positions, but
hey,
cannon fodder.
Hello, and hey,
surely
he's tall, muscular,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Could probably guard a bunch of artillery with his own body.
You know what I'm saying? Just want to let you.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, just want to throw that out there.
I still respect America.
Just want to throw that out there.
Still lots of respect for America.
Amen. Okay, so I did look into the China threat. In a sense. And I think the problem is more so like in the future and like where technology shapes out and like who's just seen as the world superpower and whatnot. I don't know. I just feel like we're still so intertwined with China that it's kind of a crazy thing to say because everything is made in China. Like we get cheap products from China. You know what I mean? They always say, "Oh, it's just cheap Chinese, whatever it is." Like whether it's a comb or it's a T-shirt or it's whatever. So Americans are directly benefiting from how cheap everything is in China because of their manufacturing. So if we start hitting their oil and they can't get it and their manufacturing goes down, our prices go up.
Exactly.
So it's like, do we want them to? How badly do we want them to be downtrodden? Do we all want to pay more money so they can be downtrodden? Maybe in the end it's worth it. I would assume people would say in the end it would be worth it, 10, 20 years down the line if America can edge up. But I mean, I don't know. It's always something to think about. But here at home, man, have y'all heard about the SAVE Act?
Mm-mm.
The SAVE Act has been something that the Trump administration has been trying to get passed. And now Trump is saying he is not going to look at another bill until the SAVE Act is passed. So he posted about this on Truth Social. And he said, I, as president, I highlighted it for you in the middle, will not sign other bills until this is passed and not the watered down version. Go for the gold. Must show voter ID and proof of citizenship. No mail-in ballots except for military, illness, disability, and travel. No men and women's sports. No transgender mutilation for children. Do not fail. President Donald J. Trump.
Wait, so what does this mean?
It means that he's saying whatever else they would like to do, whatever bill they have, he's not going to sign it until they focus on this.
Oh.
He's been pushing for this for some time. And the SAVE Act, from what I knew about it, was just about the voting stuff. So the proof of citizenship and the voter ID situation and the no mail-in ballot stuff. But I guess they just added a whole bunch of stuff into that as well.
Yeah, no men and women's sports, bro. What are we talking about?
So that's going to make it a lot harder to pass. I mean, obviously, the more you throw into a bill, the more problems you're going to find with it. Like if I just say, like what we saw with Iran, hey, we want to talk to you about your nuclear deal. Oh, actually add in the ballistic missiles and actually add in this. The more you add in, the more pushback you're going to get, the more there's to discuss. But he's saying like, I don't care how y'all get it done. You just need to do it. I think that's an interesting tactic because what if there are important bills that he could be signing?
There is important bills that could possibly be getting signed. I mean, we still have a shutdown right now currently, right?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, we still have TSA that's
Wait,
not getting paid. So you're not gonna sign no other bills, dog. Like no other bills until you allow people to show until you force people to show their ID at the polls. That's a big ask, man.
I'm not even mad about like the ID more than the citizenship proof. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where's your birth certificate right now?
I have no idea.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I thought I did.
Do
You have
know?
no clue?
I have no clue. I hope my mom has it.
Me too.
I actually almost lost it now that I think about it. At one point in time, I lost it, but you could order it.
Yeah,
you could order a new
they ain't
one.
cheap though.
Is it
not?
It's not. It's only like $30. It's not that bad. But again, it just takes a long time to come. So imagine the people that don't have their birth certificate in the right amount of time that they have to provide, and now you have to wait and order it. You might even miss the midterms because of doing something like that. True. That's the big thing that people are like, I don't know about this, DT. And he's being strategic with it. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's stopping certain people from not being able to actually vote when it comes down to it. He wants to win this thing bad, y'all.
Yeah, man. I don't know because I think that Democrats are more likely to do the mail-in voting, so that would definitely impact those numbers. But I mean, I get it to a degree. I think that even Georgia, you have to show your ID. It's not that deep. Not all states do that, but if they were made to, I don't have the biggest problem with that. Just bring your ID. But like the citizenship proof,
that's tough. A lot of people don't even have passports.
True.
So it's
That's
just
true.
like you're doing a lot, bro. You're doing a lot. Like I know I have to go to a specific place to go and get my ID. If I didn't have already ordered it, I would have had to drive hours to get to my crib back home, and then I would have to drive hours to get to the polls. Like it's just too much that you're trying to do right now.
That and if you had medicine and kids and gas and groceries and all that kind of stuff you had to buy and things were tight, are you going to squeeze out more money for a birth certificate ordering instead of, instead of being able to care for your family or yourself or keep yourself alive? I mean, it's putting barriers into vote for people.
That's crazy. That's 2 hours driving. Gas is $4 right now, bro. I need to burn some gas. You got me burning gas to go vote. Oh man, this is sick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you're right, DH. I just looked up what important bills are floating right now in Congress that wouldn't get signed, and the most obvious one, the one that's most exposed, is that DHS funding, and that is why TSA isn't getting paid. The government is funded pretty much entirely except for that, which they had stopped because they were trying to see if they could get some guardrails on ICE, masks and body cams, and them just like stopping, roving around and arresting random people who look like an immigrant, whatever that means. And so, yeah, I think it's
messed up.
I think it's interesting.
It's messed up. I mean, especially because we're seeing right now TSA agents aren't even going to work now. They put in those sick days, they put in that PTO, whatever they have, because they're like, bruh, I'm spending money just to go to work, and I might not even see this until X amount of days, X amount of, however long it takes for you to sign this one bill, bro. Come on, man. Donald Trump is really showing us how he's so selfish almost. It's like, we see that you're trying to win. It's strategy. I'll give him that.
It is. He, like, this is a very businessman-like strategy with real people's lives. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like, you can strong arm people when it's your business and it's your money on the line. But when you talk about, like, oh, we're not going to get paid. Imagine we're at war with a country that just produces terrorists, so says the Trump administration, and DHS isn't getting funded. TSA isn't getting paid. How insane is that?
I'm looking at it right now to even see when the midterm elections are. The 2026, it's happening in November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So imagine he doesn't sign this bill into play and nothing else into play until November? People, you mean to tell me TSA would go without that? I find it hard to believe. He's trying to strong arm. I would say if I was a representative, I would strong arm him too and pull his card, because you're not going to hold it till November, bro. That's wild.
There's no way he can get away with that. I mean, unless like they all just happen to just come to a consensus in the next couple days. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that they're keeping TSA in limbo right now. And what about the FAA? Did we say that the FAA was also impacted?
The FAA is good.
Were they funded?
Yeah,
they were funded?
They're good.
Thank
They're
God.
funded, yeah.
But at least TSA doesn't want to do their job on a good day sometimes.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Now we're at
Hello.
war and y'all aren't getting paid.
Ooh.
And he's talking about, I'm not going to sign nothing else.
That's why y'all
All
throw
right.
a little 20 in the little bucket when you put your computer in there. Put a little 20 up under your computer. Take your computer out. Just walk away and just walk away. They'd be like, "Hey, sir, you left your money." Keep walking. Keep walking.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Where do you guys see all this ending? I mean, with just like Iran, if you had to just give like a little report card to the Trump administration, because I will say, when you talk about the things that are in the SAVE Act, a lot of Republicans are on board with this stuff. It's not like he's just saying things that people aren't appreciating. It just seems like that's a very interesting move to make right now.
It is. It definitely is. If I had to give him a rating right now, honestly, I would give the man like a D. Like, pause. Pause. But I would give the man like a D. It's the blatant lies that he's been telling his supporters. It's the blatant lies that he's not even conservative at this point. You're sold out. He's bought and sold out. It's like really sick. He's doing the same stuff that Biden was doing.
He's doing the same stuff that Democrats have been accused of doing I've seen a lot of high profile, major conservative commentators flame Trump. They are pissed right now.
That's it. It's just like, bro, you flamed Biden for giving so much money over to Israel, but then you do the same thing. You support them in bombings. It's just like, bro, what are we doing here, DT?
Meanwhile, he was supposed to stop the war with Russia and Ukraine, and Russia is straight up giving Iran intel to help them bomb and airstrike the United States assets out there.
Yeah.
Trump was asked about that too. He was like, well, if Russia's helping Iran, it's not helping because we're winning so well. But it's like, bro, that's still kind of a big deal. Putin was supposed to be your man, and Putin's like trying to help potentially kill U.S. troops and CIA agents and all these people out there. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's getting tricky. It's
getting tricky out there. But we have our eye on it. And that does do it for this hour of news. But we have a lot of Atlanta stories coming at you after the break.